About 5,000 disabled persons in the country are to benefit from the RLG-ICT Training project. The 21 million Ghana Cedi project will be jointly funded by the government and RLG Communications, with the government contributing 19 million Ghana Cedis and RLG 2 million Ghana Cedis. Beneficiaries will be taught how to repair and assemble computers and mobile phones, as well as general computing studies. The project seeks to offer persons with disabilities the needed skills to better their lives. A report by Napoleon Atukito.
It was made in November last year that the government and the RLG will roll out an ICT training program for persons with disabilities. It received initial applicants of about 100,000. However, 5,000 of them are to kickstart the first phase of the nationwide project. It is the most decisive step by the state to transform the social and economic conditions of persons with disabilities. The Vice President, Mr. John Dramani Mahama, formally opened the refurbished workshops at the Accra Rehabilitation Center and one at Dansuman, where training programs will be run. To a large extent, the present-day job market requires a minimum level of computer knowledge. The project will equip persons with disabilities with ICT skills to assemble mobile phones and computers. After the course, graduates will be directed to man areas such as science resource centers in schools and technical projects by district assemblies. Mr. Roland Agambire is the CEO of RLG Communications, a company which is partnering government to execute the project.
I remember when we came to the center, we made a promise that we are going to rehabilitate this center, take care of it, and make sure that part of the training is initiated from this place. And we have been able to meet that promise, and that is what we are witnessing today.
The Minister for Water Resources, Works and Housing, Mr. Yiti Mensah, mooted the idea whilst he was Minister for Employment and Social Welfare.
This morning, we are commissioning something very important, which is going to take persons with disability to levels that we have never dreamt of. We need to thank the good Lord for this.
There are about 17 million mobile phone subscribers in Ghana. Public and private sector organizations are also well computerized, and the free laptop distribution in high schools is expanding its coverage. The Vice President, Mr. John Dramani Mahama, referred to these as the ever-growing size of the market, which will offer jobs to those who service mobile phones and computers.
We must stop discrimination against persons with disability. It is rampant in both the public sector and the private sector. It is unacceptable, it is illegal, it is criminal to discriminate against a person with disability. Often adverts are placed in the newspapers and people respond. When people respond, they attach their CVs to their applications. Most of the time, the employer does not know who's able and who's a person with disability. It is when it comes to the interviews, the CV of the person with disability can be even better than the person with ability. And yet, as soon as they realize that a person is disabled, becomes a ground for disqualifying them and giving the job to an able person. That is illegal, it is unacceptable, it is immoral, and it must stop.
Reports say about 20% of Ghana's population of nearly 25 million are persons with disabilities. That translates into some 4.5 million or more. The government, through the Ghana Health Service, has stepped up the fight against polio, an illness which maims the victims. Guinea worm infestation has also been drastically reduced. However, measures to stop or reduce motor accidents are yet to make the full impact, as human attitudes also account for the incidents. Napoleon Atukito, GTV News, Accra.